The city of Neo-Kairos never slept. Its skyline pierced the smog-choked heavens, its underbelly writhed with flickering neon signs, and the stink of metal, oil, and desperation soaked every alley. For most citizens, the lower districts were a place to avoid, too dirty, too dangerous, too alien. A young alien woman rifled through a rusting dumpster behind an abandoned tea house. Her tattered skirt clung to her hips in soaked shreds, her charcoal skin smeared with grime. Her flame-orange hair fell in tangled ropes over her face as she hunched forward, fingers trembling in the cold night. She looked half-starved, her arms marked with old wounds and fresh bruises. Someone passed by, then another, human mostly. A few glared. Some whispered, "Disgusting. Filthy alien trash. She's probably diseased." She didn't react, not anymore. Reactions invited danger. She simply kept digging, searching for anything that could be food or something she could trade for it. Her name was Niraya, though no one had used it in a long time. Her kind, once proud travelers of the stars, had become refugees after their homeworld was obliterated by a collapsing sun. Humanity had offered them temporary protection, which quickly turned into detainment, separation, exploitation. She'd escaped the camps a year ago. But survival was its own prison. And then, hey, a voice. Calm, male, human. Niraya froze. Her heartbeat spiked. She slowly turned her head, ready to flee. The man stood there without malice. Mid-30s, dark coat, sturdy boots, a bag slung over his shoulder. He wasn't rich, but he wasn't poor either. His eyes met hers, not with judgment or disgust, but something else. Kindness. He reached into his bag and pulled out a wrapped sandwich. She flinched. He gently placed it on a crate and backed away. "It's not poisoned," he said, voice low. "Just food. Real food." She waited until he was 5 steps away. Then, like a hungry ghost, she darted forward, snatched it, and retreated behind the dumpster. He didn't chase her, didn't mock her. She ate like a starving animal. When she was done, she peeked out again. He was still there. "Why?" she rasped, voice dry and cracking. "Why help?" He didn't answer at first, just looked at her again with those steady eyes. "Because no one else does," he said. "And that's not okay with me." She stared at him, trying to read him. This had to be a trick. No one helped her kind for nothing. He extended a hand. "Come with me." She didn't take his hand that night, but she followed. His name was Darren Cole. Ex-military. Worked odd tech jobs around the city. Lived above a second-hand robotics repair shop. And, true to his word, he didn't hurt her. Didn't ask for anything. She slept on his old couch. Took a real shower for the first time in months. Ate. Slept. Cried when she thought he wouldn't hear. By the 3rd day, she finally asked, "Why aren't you afraid of me?" He shrugged. "Why should I be? I'm not human. You're not a monster either." She looked away. "Not everyone agrees. I don't give a damn what they think." That was the beginning. Weeks passed. Darren taught her how to repair old tech for extra credits. She learned fast. Her people had always been technologically gifted. Her instincts with circuitry were almost magical. They grew close, though never in a romantic way. At first, he respected her space. Let her heal. Slowly, the guarded look in her eyes faded. Her voice grew stronger. She laughed once, and Darren froze like he'd heard an endangered bird sing. She began wearing clean clothes, fixing her hair, standing straighter. She'd become someone again. But not everyone liked that. One night, on their way back from scavenging broken drones, a trio of men blocked their path. Hey, buddy, one slurred. Didn't know you were into that kind of thing. Another spat at Niraya's feet. Alien whore. Think you can just walk around like you belong? Darren stepped forward. Back off. The largest man smirked. Or what, soldier boy? The punch came fast, but Darren was faster. He dropped the first man with a hard elbow. Niraya ducked instinctively as he shoved her behind him and tackled the second. The third pulled a knife until Niraya snatched a discarded pipe and slammed it into his hand. They fled before the police arrived. That night, she patched Darren's split lip with gentle hands. I'm not worth this, she whispered. He gripped her wrist. Yes, you are. Don't let anyone tell you different. 3 months later, she got her first official job. Darren helped her forge IDs, helped her learn the right words, the cultural quirks. She worked in a droid warehouse, repairing limbs and sensors. She was brilliant at it. Some workers avoided her. Others whispered, but 1 or 2 smiled. A start. One night, she returned to their shared apartment to find Darren working on a worn-out medical drone. What's this one? She asked. He grinned. The future. He showed her a schematic, a modified care bot, equipped to deliver food, scan for vitals, and provide basic shelter options for the homeless, human or not. This city throws too many people away, he said. I figure it's time someone built something to catch them. Niraya stared at him, her chest tight. You can't save everyone. He looked at her. But I saved you. The local authorities came the next day. Someone had reported her. An inspector knocked on the door with 2 uniformed officers behind him. We have reports of an unregistered alien residing here. Darren stepped forward. She's legal. Papers are right here. They looked them over. Suspicious, but technically valid. When they left, Niraya collapsed into the couch, shaking. They'll come back, she whispered. Next time they'll take me. Darren crouched in front of her. Then we run. Her eyes widened. Run. He nodded. I've been saving. There's a freighter heading to Titan in 2 weeks. New colonies. New laws. They don't care what species you are, just what you can do. She stared at him for a long time. You'd give up everything? For me. I'd do it again, he said. The last week in Neo Kairos was tense. Darren shut down the shop. Sold everything except a single duffel bag of essentials. Niraya quietly said goodbye to the few who'd treated her kindly. Then the day came. They reached the freighter's dock just before midnight. The station lights flickered. Security drones buzzed overhead. Papers, the officer grunted. Darren handed them over. The officer scanned them. Paused. Looked up. We've had a tip. She's a fugitive. Niraya's heart dropped. No, she's not, Darren said, firm. She's a mechanic. She's with me. Another officer stepped forward. Step aside. Darren moved in front of her. No. Weapons were drawn. Then Niraya did something unexpected. She raised her hands and stepped forward. It's okay, she said quietly. I won't let you ruin your life for me. The guards grabbed her. Darren lunged, but she met his eyes and shook her head. I love you, she whispered. That's why I'm going. They took her. But that wasn't the end. 2 days later, the detention camp exploded in protests and viral footage. Smuggled by an insider drone Darren had modified and sent in. Footage showed her being dragged, bruised, but calm. Human activists were outraged. Hashtags exploded. A week later, public pressure forced the camp to release nonviolent, undocumented refugees. Niraya was among them. Darren was waiting. This time, they didn't hesitate. They boarded the freighter together.